It's so sad that a lot of people are just sleepwalking through life, never coming to understand who they are or what their self-worth is. And because of this, their lives are so miserable, they are often frustrated, often depressed, and they often find themselves caught up in the endless pursuit of external validation. They find their lives going in circles, and they often feel like they're not fulfilling their purpose. They feel as though this limit is placed on them, and they cannot just find a way to break through it. Can you identify with some of these descriptions? If yes, I want you to know that you are not alone. According to a recent research paper published by a doctor called Tasha Urich, only 10 to 15% of people are truly self-aware, despite the fact that when asked, 95% of people say they are self-aware. Those are some crazy numbers right there. What this means is that out of every 10 people that you meet, less than 2 of them are self-aware. But if you were to ask them how many of them are self-aware, more than 9 of them would say they are self-aware. You see, this is a journey that very few people embark on, and that's why I want to congratulate you for being here with me today. You see, my dear friend, the key to unlocking a life of purpose, of happiness, and true fulfillment is in you. And that's why I say knowing yourself is more important than I could express in words. And by the way, why is it that only few people embark on this journey? The truth is that it can be very difficult sometimes to look in the mirror. I must confess it to you, that though I've done self-evaluation many times, it's still always very challenging. The last time I did self-evaluation, it was quite intense. I was just sitting with myself for many hours, asking and answering questions, and at some point it became very intense, very emotional. I even shed tears. At some point I got frustrated. At some other point I got disappointed with myself as I was digging deep, diving deep into my inner self. You see, it can be scary, it can be challenging, it can be difficult, but it's worth it. The payback is enormous. You see, my dear friend, the harsh reality is that there is no any other way to know yourself aside from studying yourself. I wish there was some knowledge juice out there or some tea that I can just recommend that once you sip, you just have an epiphany, a sudden realization or a sudden revelation of yourself. But my dear friend, there is none. You see, the only person apart from God, of course, who will always be there with you everywhere you go is you. So shouldn't you then take the time to truly understand who you are? Before we dive into the how to know yourself, I want to bring to your attention some of the benefits of self-discovery. Number 1, freedom. Freedom from self-imposed limitations. You see, my dear friend, there is an enemy holding you back. But I want you to know that that enemy holding you back is you. No one is holding you back as you are holding you back. So when you begin to study the most important person in that room, and that is you, what you're doing is you are learning about the one holding you back. And that way, you are able to disarm the person holding you back from advancing. And it is then and only then that you begin to move forward. You'll begin to progress. You'll begin to advance. What are those limiting beliefs that you have? What are those things that you say you can't achieve? You say, I can't do this, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot become this. It's time for you to empower yourself by having a full knowledge of yourself. And this way, you'll be able to disarm those limiting beliefs. Number 2, self-acceptance. You see, my dear friend, when you get to know your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your beliefs, these things free you up to accept yourself for who you really are. Self-discovery will help you to embrace your uniqueness. You see, my friend, there is no any other you in the world. There is only one you. If you go to North America, South America, Europe, Africa, anywhere you go in the world, you will not find any other you. You're one of a kind. And with self-discovery, you get to value yourself and value your uniqueness. Number 3, self-improvement. As you get to know your values, your beliefs, your strengths, you will also know your weaknesses. And knowing yourself allows you to identify the areas for improvement and then work on them. And as you work on them, this will lead to continuous growth and improvement. I'm planning to make a video on how to identify your blind spots and how to improve them. Number 4, gratitude and fulfillment. So this 4th point, which is the last point, is the fact that those that know themselves are more likely to be contented in life. And this can lead to happiness and fulfillment. You see, when you know yourself, you understand that we are all different and we are all on different paths. We all have different destinations. And with this knowledge, you are less likely to envy anyone. You don't embark on unnecessary competition, and you don't allow other people's success to intimidate or put you under pressure. You see, knowing yourself allows you to live an authentic life, being true to who you are, not trying to conform to other people's expectation or the society's expectations of you. You see, a lot of the stress that people go through, a lot of the pressure is not from them. It's actually from other people or from the society's expectations of them. But knowing yourself frees you from all this luggage. And you know another beautiful thing? Being authentic allows or attracts like-minded people to you. And I'm so happy that we are building a community of like-minded people here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did find value in this video, please go ahead and click on that like button. And please, I would like to hear your thoughts. Please drop your comment down below. And if indeed this was valuable, here is another video that I believe will be very helpful to you.